We're going to be talking about 3 ways to lose weight and eat chocolate, and we're going to also be talking about stress in your nervous system. So there you go. Nothing like a little nothing like a little PowerPoint stress to start your day. As Ron is, I'm not kidding you, he's actually eating chocolate as we do this. Okay, let's see if I can. Oh, there I am. Okay, so here's my next slide. Okay, so thank you again so much for coming. My name is Wendy, and I want to tell you a little bit about my story. I had been a very busy fitness instructor. I was teaching about 10 to 15 and maybe more classes every week, and I had started to notice that my body was really giving me some messages of stress. I didn't necessarily recognize it as stress, but it was a lot of stress in my body. So I was having a lot of back pain, chronic plantar fasciitis. I had bone spurs in my feet. I had a lot of digestive issues, and I had this crazy weird rash on my face, and I didn't realize what it was. I did go to the doctor, and he told me that I had hypothyroidism, and I didn't take any medication for that. That's something that you have to do for the rest of your life. So I decided that I was going to ignore that advice and just continue on my merry little way. I really was kind of ignorant about what to do. So then over a period of time, I ended up learning about adrenal fatigue, and now that I look back on that set of circumstances and all those dysfunctions that I was having, I think that it was adrenal fatigue. And I improved my condition greatly by reducing my, what they say, toxic load, like not only foods, but my lifestyle. And my nervous system was completely overwhelmed. And when that happens to you, if you have adrenal fatigue and you have a nervous system disorder like that, it leads to weight gain and sluggish metabolism in your body. And it can lead to dry skin, it can lead to a low libido, and all kinds of things, because it's all related to your nervous system. So your body doesn't make mistakes. It doesn't. It does exactly what you tell it to do. So with regards to the adrenal fatigue issue, you have glands that sit atop your kidneys. They're called your adrenal glands, and they secrete a hormone called cortisol. And ideally, that cortisol gets your body to physically move away from something that stresses you out. So if you were, you know, the typical story is if you're walking through the woods and you come across a bear and the bear approaches you, you're going to probably turn around and run away. And so that adrenaline courses through your body, the cortisol courses through your body, and it gets your body to move. But most of us are pretty sedentary. So we're sitting at our desks, we're sitting in our cars, and we have this perceived stress coming at us from every direction. So if you're feeling these set of symptoms, if you're feeling tired but wired, if you've lost that loving feeling, you don't have your libido, if you're noticing that you're having some issues with your skin, you're having some weight gain around the middle of your body, and really you could eat your arm off, and usually it's salty, snackish kinds of foods. These could be signs that you're dealing with an adrenal issue. So one of the things that really helped me was to learn how to de-stress. And I used to think that de-stressing was leaving your husband or leaving your job or selling off your children. But one of the things that I found greatly helpful was the MELT method. And I kind of just fell into it a bit accidentally. I was interested in myofascia. So for those of you that are wondering what the word MELT stands for, it's myofascia energetic lengthening technique. But I always tell people that you don't have to memorize that. Just know the MELT method. And it's a great way to restore balance within your nervous system. And you can see how totally balanced and relaxed I am in this picture. You don't have to do it with your dog lying on your body. So if you can hang in here for the whole presentation, I'm going to give you a free gift. And it would be my pleasure, especially after all of the nonsense that I've put you through over the last hour or so. But this presentation is really about...
chocolate, is it?
Sorry?
It won't be chocolate.
It won't be a gift of chocolate, although maybe I should, in fact, do that. That would be a nice little bonus. But what I'd like to talk to you about are ways that you do gain weight. And so we have calorie issues and sleep issues, and maybe we need to clean out your pantry, which we had a conversation about using that word, but we're going to go ahead and stick with it, pantry. So reason number one is that you could possibly be overeating healthy foods, and I want you to consider that for women, ideally we should be consuming about 1,200 to 1,400 calories per day to lose 1 pound per week. And just look at these healthy foods that are so easy to overeat. So if you throw an avocado in with your egg in the morning and you've only used half of it, and then you throw the rest of it into your salad at lunch, and then you're sitting here with Ron and he offers you a very tempting piece of dark chocolate that actually could become 1 or 2, and then you have a cup of nuts, which when you're going on a plant-based whole foods diet, I mean, the nuts are a big deal. You throw them on just about everything. And 1 cup of nuts, 813 calories, 2 tablespoons of nut butter, 188 calories. And so if I add it up, and I did use a calculator because I'm not such a wizard with math, my life would be completely different if I were. Look at that. It's almost, well, it's right there. It's right there at those calories that you should be consuming. So you can eat these and nothing else day after day to lose 1 pound a week. That's pretty startling to me. So we want to make sure that we're taking in nutritious foods, of course, to feed your cells exactly what they need to get the job done. And if you're eating crackers and chips, that's not necessarily going to give your body the energy that it needs to really function and to have your skin and your hair and your nails look so fabulous and just be radiant and vital. So we want to make sure we're getting enough sleep. And this is kind of the new missing link to healthy weight loss. Ideally, you want to sleep between 7 and 9 hours every night. And I don't know about your I don't know about your bedroom, but I have a snoring husband, and I have a dog that takes up way more than her fair share of the bed. So that's not always easy for me to get 7 to 9 hours every night. And I'm just going to take you back to the melt method just for 1 second. If you do the melt method an hour or so before you go to bed, you'll find that your body is completely relaxed and ready to fall asleep because it's a total de-stressor on your nervous system. So just ask yourself these questions. What keeps you awake? Do you get into bed and find that you're tossing and turning during the night? Do you find that you're solving all of the world's problems at 3 o'clock in the morning and then wondering why you didn't exercise that day and wondering why you don't have enough money in your bank? Like, you just kind of get yourself all wound up. And then do you get up during the night? If you're waking up between the hours of 2 and 4 a.m., it could be a liver issue, which I find really interesting. And then, of course, we want to know how easily it is for you to fall back to sleep. So all these things are notices to your body that you're under stress. Another reason why you haven't lost weight is because you need to clean out your food pantry, your food cabinet. And just like your wardrobe, there are foods that kind of go in and out of season or style for you. And so you might reach into your cabinet and pull out something like, you know, just pasta that you used to eat, you know, months ago, and now you're trying to eliminate that and you're trying to use your zoodles. And so you just need to get rid of that stuff so that it's not tempting. Of course, the real culprits are your sugars, like your cookies and even crackers and things like that, that you just don't get rid of. And so then when you're having a moment of weakness and you reach in there after maybe a busy day and you're just looking for something to crunch on just to satisfy that nervous system, and you reach in there and you find something that's rather unhealthy for the body. So just get rid of it. So there are ways to lose weight and still eat chocolate. And I think since Ron is sitting here with me, he really is the model of inspiration for our talk today, because he's lost how much weight now?
15 and a half.
15 and a half pounds. So he bought himself a bicycle and he's been riding in the beautiful...
That's only the last pound and a half.
Oh my gosh. Well, good for you.
Yeah.
That's really wonderful. So he's doing a great job. He's getting a little bit more exercise. But if you were to open the drawer on the right side of his desk, you might be startled to see, I don't know, how many candy bars do you have?
Oh my God, lots. But I'm actually really good about it. And all these low-calorie things.
Okay, well, he's got all kinds of snacks and goodies over on the side. But this is one of the things that you want to think about. You want to try to lose weight, but not...
It's being aware of what you eat.
Being aware of what you eat and not feeling deprived.
Right. Not feeling hungry.
Right,
yeah.
Right. So I have a few solutions for you. The first one that I'm going to offer to you, this is a personal favorite of mine. It might be a step or two away from something that would be reasonable for you, but it's a good start. Swap out that morning coffee for something that's chocolatey. And I'm going to give you my spicy cacao smoothie, which I find really very satisfying. It's got coconut milk in it and that half avocado, so you know, good 75 calories from that or so. The 2 dates in it, that's really nice for your skin. There's the raw cacao powder. And all these ingredients mixed together make just a fabulous and satisfying breakfast. But, you know, I might have another option for you. If this is too big of a step and you're missing that kind of warm drink in the morning, which I totally get, maybe try making yourself a mocha with half coffee and maybe half of a low calorie Swiss Miss, kind of a cocoa mix, and kind of get yourself away from the coffee, because that is a huge stress on your nervous system, and you might not even notice that until you come off of coffee. I actually have a funny story about my own coffee detox journey, that I was off coffee for quite a bit during the summer, and then I treated myself to a small Starbucks on my way to Sardine Lake, where we rented this little cabin at the end of summer, and I drank my coffee, and by the time I got there, I was totally wired, and I was talking a mile a minute, and I was telling my husband, oh my God, we need to buy ukuleles and learn how to play Beatles music. I was just totally irrational and out of my mind. But anyway, coffee is great when you need that surge of energy, but when you take it every day, it can really actually interfere with your sleep patterns. You might not even realize that. So start to transition away from coffee just to see how you feel, and maybe satisfy that sweet tooth by drinking something that's like a little mocha, or maybe even that spicy cacao smoothie, which you can get the recipe for on my website, which is conveniently located at the bottom of each and every slide. Thank you, Ron, for that little tip.
And you spelled it right. That's
Thank
good.
you. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're going to go on to the next solution. You could choose to have dark chocolate instead of milk chocolate. So if you choose a chocolate that's about 60% cacao or cocoa or higher, the nutritional value is really going to be more pronounced for you. And if we looked at Ron's candy bars, what did you say they were at 52?
Let's see.
I think they're 52. It says right on the front.
So, for what?
Yeah,
oh,
see
yeah,
the
55.
55. So
Yeah.
the next time he buys these chocolate bars, he's going to try to find something that's 60%. And
Oh,
we just want to take advantage of the chemical components that you find in the dark chocolate. So there's something called a flavonoid in there, and that turns into an antioxidant, which is one of those things that sort of ages you backwards. It takes care of so many of the systems of your body. It nourishes your intestinal tract. One of the things that I found interesting when I was looking into this chocolate presentation was that I want you to avoid drinking milk with your dark chocolate. That milk might actually bind with the flavonoids, and it makes them unavailable. So to get the most nutritional quality out of your chocolate, eat dark chocolate and avoid drinking a glass of milk with that. And then I also want you to make sure that you don't feel deprived, that if you deprive yourself of your sweet tooth, you could actually really fall off that bandwagon in a bad way. Like, look at this chick, right? She doesn't look like she's suffering too much right now. But when she tries to fit into her skinny jeans, she's going to be pretty upset with herself.
Or dealing with the acne.
Yeah, that's true. Too much of a good thing. So we're going to move on to how to lose weight and eat chocolate, and just give yourself just a little bit of an overview. So healthy foods have calories too. You want to kind of keep all of that in check. There's an app that I really like called Lose It, and you input your foods and it keeps track of the calories that you consume during the day. I really love that, especially if you're on vacation and you're on a cruise ship. Ask me how I know. And there's just really lovely food everywhere. Actually, it's way more beautiful than it is good tasting. And I also want to remind you that sleep is the new diet pill. So make sure you're getting really good, I love to say this, restorative sleep. And that means that you're in bed at the same time every night, if you can, that you've turned off your phone, your iPad, the TV, maybe 30 minutes or so before you go to bed. I love my diffuser on when I'm getting ready to go to sleep at night, and I love Serenity. If anybody needs a sample of that, please just let me know. You can send me an email at www.patrucco, Patrucco, and I can get you that sample.
What's your email address?
www.
Is it Wendy Ad?
Oh, I have two of them. Thanks, Ron. You can go ahead and just do www.patrucco@aol.com, and I'll go ahead and get you that sample. And then swap out your coffee and see if you can try going with that spicy cacao smoothie. Try it and let me know what you think. I thought it was really delicious, and it's very satisfying all morning and well into the lunch hour and beyond. Like, it won't cause you to feel kind of snacky and peckish, because it's really nourishing the cells of your body to give it what it needs to perform. And that avocado is so good for your skin too. And then choose the dark chocolate over the milk chocolate. And give yourself a chocolate allowance. Allow yourself to indulge. And so maybe if it's not chocolate, which I can't believe you would tune into a talk about chocolate and losing weight if it weren't, but if it's not chocolate, then whatever it is that makes your heart sing, I don't want you to feel like you're depriving yourself. So I wanted you to know that I'm going to be offering a program called Love Yourself Healthy, and it's about nourishing your body, nourishing your soul, nourishing your heart, and giving yourself a jump start on your journey to wellness. This is a 3-week online cleanse class. So that means that you can really do this anytime you want, because you'll get all of the information from me. It'll start on the 22nd, so that's when you'll get everything. But if you're going to be going away that weekend or you've got a trip planned, you'll have all that information whenever you're ready. Some of the benefits of the Love Yourself Healthy could be things like lose the jelly bellies, because we're talking about that stress that loves your belly fat. And so we're going to try to de-stress the body and give yourself a chance to be more efficient with the way you burn your fat.
And I learned about that term last night. What do you call it, a muffin or something?
Muffin top. Ron had never heard about the muffin top. So we're teaching him all kinds of things today, things he probably never wished he knew. To also help you reduce cellulite. Cellulite is the result of inflammation that's in the body. There's waste coming out of your cells. And if you don't have adequate lymphatic abilities, then that fluid just accumulates right outside your cells, and your body pushes it away from your vital organs. It pushes it to your thighs, it pushes it to your arms. And with the MELT method and a self-care protocol that you can get access to through the Love Yourself Healthy program can really help banish that cellulite, something to look forward to for spring. And I always love to say this when I teach my MELT classes: it's the cellulite that you see on the backs of other people's thighs that you really notice. And then we want to help you curb the sugar cravings. And again, when you're feeding your body what it needs, it's not going to be craving crappy foods. It's going to be thanking you with lots more energy and with beautiful skin. And these are things that I've noticed in myself that I'm really eager to share with you. So again, it's a program that you're going to get access to in your mailbox, but there's going to be lots of interface between us. I'm going to be giving you 2 weeks of yummy recipes. It's a 3-week program. The first program kind of getting your act together, getting your mind wrapped around this whole notion of detoxing, and then 2 weeks of yummy recipes. The first week is basically an elimination diet, so we're going to take away a lot of the triggers that set your body up for an inflammatory response. So that's things like skin rashes and inflammation, pain in your joints, feeling bloated. And then we're going to restore with some simple daily protocols just to give your body a little extra support. There's some really cool things that I've been doing that I just cannot believe how lovely they are and how my body is thanking me for that. We're going to have a closed Facebook group for all of us to chat so that we can mentor each other, hold each other accountable for our progress through the program. And then as a gift to you, I'm going to be giving a 30-minute, one-on-one health consultation to each one of you. It'll be over the phone or through a Zoom call, or if you're here in Reno, we could meet and go have a lovely cup of tea somewhere. And then we're going to do a group Zoom call, and I'd love to do that on February 22nd as a way to get you all familiar with the materials that I'm going to be sending out. And that would be something that would be recorded. So if you weren't around on the 22nd, then you could just access it again anytime that you wanted it. The regular price for the program is $87, but I'd love to offer you a chance to save a little money if you reserve your spot and pay for that by Valentine's Day as a Love Yourself Healthy gift. You're going to save 25%, and so the early bird price is $67. You can go onto my website. It's Bye Bye Body Pain, and you can find the health coaching tab, and when you join that, you'll see the Love Yourself Healthy 3-week guided detox information right there. I want to thank you so much again for being as patient as you are to have me come into your office or on your phone, wherever you are. Thank you so much for joining me. And as a gift for hanging in there through this whole thing, I want to give you an opportunity to try the MELT method for free. So your free access code is MELTME, and all you have to do is come to class. And we hold our classes at the Awaken Network Center, which is located at 1055 West Moana Lane. If you're familiar with Reno, it's right across the street from the Moana Nursery. We're going to be working there on Wednesdays from 5:30 to 6:30, and I would invite you to start coming on Saturday, February 21st, which will be our next 6-week series. I want to thank you so much. I'm sending you chocolate kisses today. Thank you, a million thank yous for your participation. And if you have any questions, all you have to do is send me a little note. You can text some information here, but I thank you very much.
Yay!
Yay! Let's have chocolate.